Fresh polling this morning reveals Pauline Hanson has overtaken opposition leader Susan Lee as preferred Prime Minister.
Why am I in politics? To make a difference. And if I can be Prime Minister for, a little while, why not?
The concern you hear non-stop from voters is immigration and the way it feeds into problems that we have with the cost of living and particularly with public infrastructure.
Poll after poll after poll shows most Australians think immigration is too high or should be lowered.
Blaming immigration is a pretty simple way to look at it, but in politics, simplistic messaging can work really well. So One Nation looks at these problems and has a really simple solution: stop the immigrants.
You keep voting for these bastards that actually don't have pride in our country and our Australian flag, then be prepared to get what we're going to get.
There's a really interesting parallel between the rise of One Nation in Australia and its equivalent party in the United Kingdom, which is called Reform. Both are benefiting from the combination of a tired-looking Labor government, Labor incumbent, and a weak, almost identityless opposition. And that is ultimately the goal, right? To replace the more centrist mainstream Conservative Party as the alternative government.
Pauline told me at the weekend she wants to be PM. In your mind, is it possible?
Well, I think what Australia is looking for is clarity, unity and strength. It's so important in politics, and what you see with One Nation is a strong message.
Conversely, there is a risk that Reform in One Nation will look like almost retirement homes, right, for washed-up mainstream politicians, as though they are the place that a Barnaby Joyce or a Suella Braverman goes when their original party has got sick of them and their ambitions cannot be fulfilled in that original party. There are additional problems for them to deal with as well. Pauline Hanson and in Britain Nigel Farage, who's the leader of Reform, have both been very much full of praise for Donald Trump in recent years.
I think this is a revolution. It's called people power. People are fed up with what the major political parties have been dishing out to us for years, and they're saying, no, we want change.
The more he draws negative attention by, for example, threatening a fellow NATO country, the more it threatens to hurt those minor parties because it calls their judgment into question. We already saw Peter Dutton suffer from his perceived closeness with Trump at the last election, and One Nation has to deal with that problem on a bigger scale.
Momentum is building for a leadership change in the federal Liberals, with Susan Lee under pressure to step down in coming weeks.
There's an inauthenticity to the Liberals at the moment, a cynicism which is typical of parties that recently got chucked out of government. It just happens to be coinciding with a rise in salience for the exact issues that One Nation thrives on. And at a time when the Liberals and the Tories are both searching for a clear identity, One Nation and Reform share one thing: they offer clarity to voters. There's no mistaking what they're for or against.
If I can't do it, Carl, and I can't get there, then I'll get the right people around me, and hopefully One Nation will be government one day. Will I ever become Prime Minister? Who knows?